What's going on, guys? Almost stabbed myself right there. What's going on, guys? It's OT, the Lord of Knives, aka the Prince of Blades, aka the King of Serrations. And today we're going to be asking the age-old question: is the Benchmade 535 Bugout overrated? I know that might not be an age-old question, but this knife can be quite the polarizing little knife. Some people hate it, some people like it, but regardless of how we all feel about it, it is one of the most popular knives in the knife community over these last couple of years. On my previous video, I mentioned that this knife is one of the top 8 must-have knives, and I still do stand by that statement. But just because I feel like it is a must-have knife, it doesn't mean that it can't be overrated. But yeah, let's get into the specs of this knife, and I will tell you what I like about it, what I dislike about it, and after that I will let you know if I think that this knife is overrated or not.
The closed length is 4.1 inches, with the overall total length being 7.46 inches, and a blade length of 3.24 inches with a 3-inch cutting edge length. The blade thickness is 0.09 inches, and the handle thickness is 0.42 inches. The handle height is 1 inch, and the blade steel is the CPM S30V. It has a short, deep carry pocket clip. It is reversible from left to right, but it is only a tip-up carry. As with most, if not all, access locks, it's only tip-up. It has a drop point style blade with a high saber grind, which is almost kind of like a high flat grind. And because there's no steel liners, it allows the knife to be very light, coming in at 1.85 ounces. That's the Bugout compared with the Kershaw Leak. And that's the Bugout compared to the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And that's the Bugout compared with the Ontario Rat 1.
Alright, let's get into what I like about the knife. I like how easy it is to use, and that's in large part due to the access lock that Benchmade is known for. I like how thin and light the knife is. With that deep carry pocket clip, it literally disappears in your pocket and you never know it's there until you need to use the knife. Blade centering on this knife is perfect, and that access lock means it is fully ambidextrous. Ow. I cut myself. I think I need a beer. Blade centering on this knife is spot on, and with that access lock, it is fully ambidextrous, which is good for all you lefties out there. It was originally created for backpackers to reduce their weight and volume when going into the wild, and for that purpose, I think it's great. If this is all you need in the wild, then every ounce counts. Knock yourself out. I personally believe that when going into the wild, everyone should be bringing a fixed blade, but if you're just going on like a day hike or you're just going into the forest near your house, then by all means bring this little knife. It's a good choice. I like the blade shape and the blade length, and with that high saber grind, it makes slicing through things quite easy, and that drop point allows for the tip to do pretty well at piercing tasks. Blue is my favorite color, so the standard Bugouts look and the blue thumb studs is pretty cool for me. There's honestly a whole lot of things to like about this knife, and that's why it's been so popular over these last couple of years. Now let's get to the things I don't like about this knife. Fans of the channel know that I'm a buck 110 kind of guy. I like strong, sturdy lockups with hand-filling handles and great ergonomics. That's just what I'm into in terms of folding knife, and those are the things that the Benchmade Bugout really lacks out on. The immediate feeling you get when handling the Benchmade Bugout is that it feels kind of cheap, and plasticky, and you can actually bend the handle if you squeeze in the right places. It even has a plasticky sound to it. Take a listen. I have yet to really put this knife through the works, and I have not done many serious cutting tasks with it, but I genuinely feel like it does have a chance of breaking on you. It honestly feels like a weaker knife. I haven't seen anyone breaking it on YouTube, but that's just the feeling I get when I'm handling the Benchmade Bugout. The ergonomics on this knife are not good at all, and I know you may be thinking, that's what you get for having a knife so thin and so lightweight. Well, honestly, I have some other knives that are just as thin, though they're not as lightweight. They have significantly better ergonomics than this knife. And I'm specifically talking about the Spyderco Endura and the Buck Spitfire. Both knives are pretty much just as thin as the Benchmade Bugout. Maybe the Endura is a hair thicker than that. But they both feel much better in the hand. But regardless, they both still are rather light knives themselves. When I first bought the Benchmade Bugout, the inside of the knife, like right here, was actually quite sharp, and it made the ergonomics even worse. If I didn't file down this inner edge with this little blade sharpener here, then the ergonomics on this knife would actually be terrible. The handle of the knife is really not that big, and if you wanted to engage the jimping back here with your thumb, then my pinky is almost slipping off the handle. I use large size gloves, so this might not be the case for you if you have smaller hands, but yeah, the handle is just really not that big at all. Which brings me to my final conclusion. This knife is a must-have knife. I fully agree with my past self on that 100%. But I do feel like this knife is a little bit overhyped, slightly overrated, and that's just my honest opinion. This is a good knife, but I just think it's not what the internet makes it out to be. It's not the next PM2, it's not the next 940 Osborne, which I really was hoping that it would be, and I really thought it would be the next great thing in knives. Nevertheless, I still think this is a good knife, and for what it was made for, to be a lightweight, fully capable bug-out knife that you can just throw in your pack, takes up no space at all, and it weighs almost nothing. I think it's a good knife for that, and I definitely think you should check it out. But I think it's gonna do it for me and this Benchmade Bugout here. Leave a comment down below if you think it's overrated, or if you think it's underrated, or if you just think it was adequately rated. Let's talk knives. If you did enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. This year I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and on the day that I do hit 1,000 subscribers, I will choose my favorite commenter. I will try to get into contact with that person, and I will mail that person a knife. How about that? But only if you're from Canada or America. I don't know if I can mail a knife to Europe or Asia or wherever else you're watching this from. So yeah, leave some comments down below. Let's hit 1,000 subscribers. And remember, folks, keep your friends close and your knives closer. I'm OT, the Lord of Knives. Stay sharp.